Welcome to the podcast. My guest today is Major Tom Grace from the Salvation Army. Welcome back.
Thanks. Good to see you again, Dave.
Good to see you as well. I think the question most people have on their mind when they see you, especially when it's January, is how did the Red Kettle Campaign come out in December?
It went well. We finished about 5,000 over last year, which is a good total. Finished about 44,000, which is excellent for a town this size. That really is a good total. So it helped us support our Christmas effort with food and other things, and the balance of it will get us probably through till February or March.
And right now, there's a lot of food insecurity and other issues right now, isn't there?
Yeah, well, one of the things about poverty is, and I'm not being critical, is that there's only so much money to go around, and then something like Christmas comes along and you want to support your family, you want to give, to
Right.
your family. And it's kind of a rob Peter to pay Paul kind of thing. So now we're in January and the cupboards are bare in some places. So our pantry orders will be on a definite incline for the next couple of months. And we anticipate that and we prepare for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of an annual.
Right.
And one follows, if Christmas follows, then the other follows in probably January and February.
And there are some organizations that do some very large food drives for us during December.
Okay.
Some of the schools are phenomenal. The Eliminators, churches. So our pantry gets pretty well stocked going into January.
Wow. That's good because it needs to be, right?
Oh, right. And without our relationship with the food bank, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Wow.
We're able to purchase at such low numbers. Oftentimes they give us grants that we can live off of. I think we went well into August last year living off the grants the food bank gave us.
I see there's been, like I said, this seems to be a real big issue with this food insecurity because
no question.
of all age groups too, elderly and everywhere else. Because I'm like you, I'm out in the public and I know, because I know the organizations.
Well, you and I go in the grocery store.
Yes.
We know what food costs are right now.
Absolutely.
So, yes, it's a big deal.
Now, I know you've got some initiatives for 2024 and building fund. Let's just how's that coming along?
Well, I have to tell you that we at the Salvation Army received an incredible gift the Friday before Christmas. We this year will officially launch our building fund campaign. We'll be public with it. But to kick off our building fund campaign, an anonymous donor pledged to us a gift of $250,000, $250,000 as a match. So everything that we raise up to that $250,000 will then again be matched by this donor. And our goal is to raise about $1 million, so it's a significant gift. Actually, we had no expectation of that gift. So on that Friday when I got the email, I about fell out of my chair, to be honest with you. And I think it assures that we will be able to do all the renovations we need to do at Maple Crest. We have some work going on now. We have a lot of sweat equity going on right now. Number of people coming in, painting, patching walls, you name it. Because beginning this month, VITA, the volunteer tax organization, will be using 4 rooms in Maple Crest to carry out their mission through April. So we've had to get some things done to prepare for that. But we're excited. I believe Maple Crest is the perfect home for us. For one thing, it's all on one level.
And accessible.
Totally accessible, and I think it's going to be a great situation for us.
Well, that's great news, and that's really big news.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, you must be get bigger than again. It's a match too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, one of the things that I was able to do is we went down south for Christmas. My in-laws live in South Carolina, outside of Myrtle Beach, and they were Salvation Army officers for 45 years. And I got to brag to my father-in-law, so I got to be the big man on campus, at least for one night,
Well, all that means is you have to pay the check.
Yeah.
Don't you learn?
I have no problem
You
doing that.
That's
That's
don't
all
you
right,
learn
Dave.
these things? But I'm just
Yeah.
pointing that out to you.
It's like getting a hole in one.
Well, there you go.
Right.
Rare event, but hey, you got to
Yeah,
tell
you gotta
somebody, or
buy.
why
Yeah.
would you want to talk about it unless it's a big deal, right?
That's right, right. And we're so thankful for these folks that, you know, that kind of pledge says we believe in the mission.
Yes.
We believe in the mission, and boy, the mission of the Army gets a little more difficult all the time to
Yeah.
carry out just because of the culture that we live in.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it feels like you're carrying an extra weight in that backpack, and
Yeah.
after a while, sometimes the backpack, if it gets too heavy, tends to want to pull you down,
Yeah.
especially if you're going up a hill.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
So-
as I told you before we started, I heard, you know, great lyrics in a song this morning on the way in. It says, "When I'm good, I'm still God's child, and when I'm bad, I'm still God's child."
Yeah.
So this is a God thing. This isn't a Tom and Debbie thing.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Was there anything else you want to add this morning, or was
Well,
that pretty much our main thing
You know what
today?
I want to.
Probably thank a lot of people.
Yeah, I really want to thank everybody who showed up to volunteer for our Christmas distribution. You know, Dave, you're one of our volunteers, and you get to see, you know, the number of people who are compassionate people in this community who
Yes.
want to take the opportunity to help somebody. And it was incredible. And our women's auxiliary gave hundreds and hundreds of hours to prepare for our Christmas distribution. They packed boxes, they arranged toys, they were here for the distribution. I mean, the list goes on and on. And I certainly want to express my thanks to the entire Women's Auxiliary and Pam Holtzhaus, who was our president, who is so organized and so dedicated. We couldn't do this. We're a staff of 4 people, Dave.
Yes, yeah.
And we distributed to over 302 families this year, 449 children, over 900 people, women and children in this community received assistance through the Salvation Army, but from this community. And you know what I mean. I mean,
Yes,
we couldn't
yes.
do it without them.
Yeah, that's vital. Without
Yeah.
those volunteers to do that,
Doesn't happen.
you
Doesn't happen.
Excuse me, you couldn't pay to get all that done.
No,
you
I
didn't.
was preparing for a grant, writing a grant, and one of the questions was, could you put a dollar value on the in-kind volunteer service you get? And Dave, that number is unbelievable. And it's well over $50,000
Oh, yeah.
in a season, not in a year. It's well over $50,000 in a season. This community is incredible. This county is incredible. I'm not sure we all can appreciate everything that we have or do appreciate it enough.
Well, sometimes you're so close to something you don't see it.
Right.
And when it
Right.
takes somebody to come in from another, excuse me for using the term outsider, but
Mhm.
come in from another place and you're seeing it differently
Absolutely.
than somebody that was born or raised here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, how many assets do we have that are so incredible? The men's chorus, the little theater, the concerts in the park. I mean, it goes on and on. And I think those are the things that make a community great, and I think this is a great community.
Well, you've had a lot of great news today.
Mhm.
I think we've pretty much
Yep.
exhausted our conversation,
Yeah.
probably, haven't we?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as,
That's not what you tell me. You tell me that you can never get me to stop talking.
oh yeah, well, okay. That's your wife that says that.
Yeah.
Now, there you're going. Again, I want to thank, I'm going to get in a lot of trouble here, but oh well.
Yeah.
I want to thank Major Tom Grace from the Salvation Army for coming in today, giving us an update on the Red Kettle Campaign, the great news,
Mhm.
and keep us posted here as things take.
We certainly want to thank you guys as well. You do a great job at promoting our story, and when you promote it, people respond. So thank you.
You're more than welcome. We're glad to be a part of the work. Thank you.
Thanks. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.